Today is a good mail call day. Please ignore the giant mess of a shop bench, but all the goodies for the carry optic setup. So I've been running the Dominate Defense belt in my limited setup. This has been by far the best belt that I've used. I always run the double alpha carriers, these metal ones. I think they're the Alpha XI, like all metal. I've yet to break these, ran these all last season with the magnet. So basically now what I'm doing is building a replica. Got the boss hanger, priority one holster, an exact replica of my limited setup for carry optics. Lately for CO, I've been using one of my old Atlas belts, but the Velcro is pretty shot. It's not nearly as rigid as the Dominate Defense. I just got some random carriers. I wasn't taking the Division 2 serious. I was just playing in it, but now I'm taking it a lot more serious. So we got to get serious. So this belt is extremely rigid, sturdy, comes with the ratchet, has the wire in it, so that's where you get that rigidness from it. You can see the magnet sticking because it's metal inside. The big game changer with this setup is the inner belt it comes with. You don't get any belt binding, so it has an elastic built in to where it actually, as you tighten the ratchet, it allows this to flex, and as you loosen, it truly loosens, so you don't get that belt pinch and bind. So I'm gonna get this whole thing set up. I was on my way to the range to train, and the mailman dropped this off. So this will be my setup. I'll show you guys when it's complete what it looks like. All right, I might as well show you this while I'm setting them up. So I'm gonna tell you why I like the Double Alpha XI pouch the best. One, for me, everything's metal. It's billet. All the attachments, even the ball joint inside there, everything's metal. I've had other plastic carriers and I just snap them off. But a big point for me is the versatility. So the carrier comes with the thinner inserts, and so basically there's thin, medium, and thick, and it allows you to set up your mag pouch specifically to your magazines, and then the adjustability on the cant to really lock it in, and then you have a tension adjustment in the back. So I personally like my mags set as deep as possible. So there's this little piece here that goes across the bottom, you'll see. So I can adjust the width, I can adjust the front to back, and adjust the height of the mag. I can adjust the pivot, the cant, and everything. All simply right there, and then lock it down in the belt. It's all metal, so it's not gonna break. And then when I'm done, I can throw fancy colors, red to match all my gear, and look all kinds of sexy. But I want my stuff tight. I'll shove a mag in there. So I'm pretty much setting this to where there's no wobble, as deep as it'll go. That way I have confidence in my gear that I can be extremely aggressive as I'm shooting a field course or short course, whatever it may be, that my mag's not going to fall out. But more importantly, nothing's going to fail. Nothing's going to break. I've lain at Area 3, gone prone on a freaking platform on these and slammed on them, and they don't break. They last. So that's this pouch, but let's keep putting it together. Right, so this is how I put all the attachments on the belt. Indexing is extremely important, and when balancing, say, different setups, I want as much similar as possible. So I line the belts from the end, I set the holster positions to match, I then go for each mag carrier to match all the way down. So existing setup to new setup, all the carriers are going to be in the same position, the same angle. That way there's no change of position on my body for manipulation. All right, so here's the belt on. Key point for me, positioning, indexing, I put the center mag dead center, and if I set my belt up every time right there, I know my holster's always going to be, my gun's going to be in the same spot. So either pick your spot on your hip, but I find like the zipper belly button center for this magazine is like ideal to line up everything so you have uniform. All right, there we have it. Got our limited setup and now our carry optic setup. Damn near identical setups. The biggest game changer for the Dominate Defense belt is the rigidity of the belt with the metal insert, but this inner belt is really what does it for me. Having the elastic so you know have no binding. One disclaimer I will say with all this, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies, have no affiliation with any of them. I choose the products that I feel are best, and what I can say wholeheartedly about this gear is this is the gear that I have been running and I have not been able to break. That's a big deal for me, but you have to understand that this is not cheap. None of this is cheap, and it's not going to make you a better shooter. It has nothing to do with that. what it will do and what it does for me with my back issues. This system is a big deal for me. For long 3-day matches, being able to take the pressure using the ratchet, take the pressure off the back is a big deal, which makes me more comfortable, more relaxed, and it does allow me to shoot better. But aside from that, if you're a gear whore, that's cool. If you want to spend the money, that's cool. But nothing is a substitute for actual training and putting in the reps. This is just what I found is best for me. You'll see one subtle difference is the carrier. So this is the Boss style hanger. This is a Never Miss Industries. I'm testing this one out. You'll see the profile difference I've noticed with this. I actually have bruising on my leg from where this contacts and presses on my leg, so I'm trying to give this one, which is a low profile setup. Those are subtle things, not as big of a deal, but these belts, you can see how rigid, I mean, they hold form. It's crazy. So Dominate Defense, Double Alpha, Priority 1. Another thing, GX Products sending me a holster, so I'm going to try that one as well. I'm really open this year to trying different gear, but remembering the skills aren't built in the gear, but reliability and consistency is a big deal. So I'm going to put this bad boy, head out to the range, get some practice with the carry optic set up. Hope to see you guys at Major soon.